Could your daily fruit choice be silently increasing your risk of stroke, memory loss, and neurodegenerative diseases? You might think you're making a healthy decision, but in reality, you could be unknowingly sabotaging your brain health. Yes, just one simple fruit, seemingly harmless, could be putting you at serious risk. Many people eat it without a second thought, believing it to be a nutritious choice, yet it may be gradually contributing to cognitive decline. What you eat today has a direct impact on your future brain function. It can determine whether you enjoy a sharp, independent mind or struggle with memory lapses, confusion, and even severe conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Imagine waking up one day and realizing your mind doesn't function as it used to. You start forgetting simple things, losing track of words, and walking into rooms with no recollection of why you went there. While many believe these are just normal signs of aging, they are often deeply linked to diet. And this brain-damaging fruit is just the beginning. Alongside it, there are 12 other foods that pose extreme dangers to your cognitive health. Foods that you may be consuming every single day without realizing the harm they're causing. These foods contribute to blocked arteries, reduced blood flow to the brain, and an increased risk of stroke and neurodegenerative disorders. But the worst part, many of these foods are highly addictive. They trigger your brain's reward system, making you crave them more, while quietly eroding your mental and physical health. But here's the good news. You don't have to fall into this trap. In today's video, we'll expose these dangerous foods and, most importantly, reveal the most harmful fruit that may be affecting your brain health. If you truly want to protect your cognitive function, stay tuned until the end. This information could change your life forever. 13. Bacon, a silent threat to your brain. Bacon is often seen as a delicious indulgence, but did you know that it could be a ticking time bomb for your brain health? Packed with saturated fats and excessive sodium, bacon clogs arteries, reducing blood flow to the brain. A dangerous combination that significantly increases the risk of stroke and cognitive decline. Saturated fats found in bacon raise bad cholesterol, LDL, leading to the formation of plaques in the arteries. Over time, these blockages limit oxygen and nutrient supply to the brain, impairing memory and reasoning abilities. But that's not all. The high sodium content in bacon spikes blood pressure, making blood vessels more fragile and prone to ruptures, a leading cause of hemorrhagic stroke. Another hidden danger? Nitrates and nitrites, preservatives used in bacon to enhance flavor and extend shelf life. When consumed regularly, these compounds can convert into harmful substances in the body, increasing the risk of brain inflammation, nerve damage, and even cancer. Think about it. Something as small as a strip of bacon could be slowly sabotaging your brain function. And it's not just bacon. Other processed meats like sausages, ham, and hot dogs carry the same risks. But don't worry, you don't have to give up delicious meals entirely. A smarter alternative would be lean protein sources like grilled chicken, turkey, or plant-based options, which provide essential nutrients without compromising brain health. 12. Yellow cheeses, a hidden danger in your favorite meals. Cheddar, Parmesan, and provolone might be crowd favorites, but they hide serious risks for your brain health. These cheeses are loaded with saturated fats and sodium, both of which increase the risk of stroke and neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Excess saturated fats promote plaque buildup in the arteries, restricting blood flow to the brain, while high sodium intake raises blood pressure, making blood vessels more prone to damage. This combination can trigger strokes, memory loss, and cognitive impairment over time. What's even more alarming? Many yellow cheeses contain chemical additives, including artificial colorings and preservatives, which have been linked to neuroinflammation and oxidative stress, two key factors in brain aging and dementia. Does this mean you should eliminate cheese entirely? Not necessarily. Healthier alternatives include white cheeses like mozzarella, ricotta, and cottage cheese, which contain less saturated fat and sodium. Choosing low-fat or reduced-salt versions can also make a big difference in protecting your cognitive health. And here's the biggest shocker. We haven't even reached the worst offender yet. There's still one fruit that might be silently damaging your brain, and most people have no idea how dangerous it is. If you want to protect your brain from decline, improve memory, and lower your risk of stroke, make sure you watch this video until the very end. What you discover today could be the key to preserving your cognitive health for years to come. Stay with us. Your brain depends on it. 11. French fries, a ticking time bomb for your brain. French fries are one of the most widely consumed foods worldwide, but their impact on brain health is alarming. The combination of saturated fats, reused oils, and excessive sodium makes them a major threat to blood circulation and overall cognitive function. One of the most dangerous components of French fries is trans fats, which are produced during the deep frying process in hydrogenated vegetable oils. These fats are particularly harmful because they trigger inflammation, accelerate cellular aging, and contribute to artery blockage. Studies have linked diets high in trans fats to an increased risk of cognitive decline and neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. But that's not all. French fries also contain toxic compounds like acrylamide, which forms when starchy foods are fried at high temperatures. This chemical is known to cause oxidative stress in the brain, leading to cell damage, memory impairment, and reduced learning ability. The more frequently fried foods are consumed, the greater the cumulative damage to brain cells. So, is there a healthier way to enjoy potatoes without the risks? Absolutely. Opting for baked potatoes or using an air fryer can significantly cut down harmful fats and toxic byproducts. Alternatively, swapping French fries for roasted vegetables like carrots and zucchini provides essential fiber and nutrients without compromising cardiovascular and brain health. 10. Fast food pizza, a hidden danger for brain health. Pizza is one of the world's most beloved foods, but fast food and frozen versions can be extremely harmful to your brain. These industrially produced pizzas are loaded with saturated fats, excessive sodium, and ultra-processed ingredients, creating a perfect storm for arterial blockages and high blood pressure. Over time, these factors increase the risk of strokes, memory impairment, and cognitive decline. One of the most concerning ingredients in fast food pizza is trans fat, commonly found in processed dough and artificial cheese blends. Trans fats damage blood vessels, promote inflammation, and reduce oxygen flow to the brain, accelerating brain aging and increasing the likelihood of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. The high sodium content in fast food pizza is another major issue. Just one slice can exceed daily salt recommendations, leading to fluid retention, increased blood pressure, and reduced blood vessel flexibility. This directly impairs cerebral blood flow, potentially causing silent strokes that gradually erode memory, focus, and overall cognitive function. Does this mean you have to give up pizza entirely? Not necessarily. Choosing homemade pizza with natural ingredients, whole grain dough, and fresh vegetable toppings is a much healthier alternative. Avoiding processed cheeses, frozen pizzas, and fast food versions can drastically reduce the risks associated with brain-related health issues. And don't forget, this video will also reveal the most dangerous fruit that could be increasing your risk of stroke. Stay tuned. 9. Fatty red meat, a double threat to your brain and heart. Red meat is an excellent source of protein and essential nutrients, but consuming fatty cuts in excess can pose a major risk to brain health. Cuts like sirloin, ribs, and marbled steaks are packed with saturated fats, which clog arteries, restrict blood flow, and increase the risk of strokes and cognitive decline. Beyond the fat content, excessive red meat consumption promotes chronic inflammation, which is directly linked to cognitive decline and neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Over time, this ongoing inflammation can lead to memory problems, concentration issues, and even behavioral changes. Another significant concern is oxidative stress. When red meat is consumed in excess, it contributes to the production of free radicals, which can damage brain cells and accelerate aging. This oxidative damage impacts learning ability and increases the likelihood of memory-related disorders. Does this mean you need to eliminate red meat from your diet? Not at all. The key is moderation and choosing leaner cuts like tenderloin or sirloin. Additionally, varying your protein sources by incorporating fish, poultry, and plant-based proteins can provide essential nutrients without the harmful effects of excessive red meat consumption. A balanced diet is one of the best ways to protect your brain, heart, and overall health for years to come. 8. Packaged snacks, a silent saboteur of brain function. Crunchy, salty, and addictive. Packaged snacks seem harmless, but they are loaded with harmful ingredients that can severely impact brain health. These ultra-processed snacks contain high levels of sodium, trans fats, and artificial additives, all of which contribute to cardiovascular and neurological decline. One of the biggest risks associated with packaged snacks is excess sodium. Many popular brands contain more than the daily recommended salt intake in just one serving. This raises blood pressure, overloads blood vessels, and reduces oxygen supply to the brain, leading to silent strokes, memory decline, and even dementia over time. Another hidden danger in packaged snacks is trans fats. These artificial fats are used to extend shelf life and enhance crunchiness, but they also increase bad cholesterol, lower good cholesterol, and promote arterial blockages. The result? Restricted blood flow to the brain, leading to cognitive impairments, attention deficits, and a higher risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Even worse, these snacks often contain artificial colorings and chemical preservatives, some of which have been linked to inflammatory responses in the brain. Studies suggest that certain dyes like tartrazine, yellow, and allura red may interfere with neurotransmitters, impacting memory, mood, and long-term cognitive health. So, how can you satisfy your cravings without harming your brain? The best solution is to replace packaged snacks with natural alternatives like unsalted nuts, rich in brain-boosting omega-3s, baked vegetable chips, like sweet potatoes or zucchini, homemade popcorn, without excessive butter and salt. By making these small but powerful swaps, you can protect your brain, reduce your risk of stroke, and maintain sharper cognitive function well into old age. Stay tuned. The worst fruit that could be increasing your risk of stroke will be revealed soon. 7. Sugary sodas, a silent threat to brain health. Sugary sodas rank among the most widely consumed beverages worldwide, yet few people recognize the severe impact they can have on brain function. These drinks are packed with excessive sugar and chemical additives, which not only contribute to weight gain and diabetes, but also have direct negative effects on brain health. One of the biggest concerns is the inflammatory response triggered by frequent soda consumption. Regular intake can impair memory, accelerate cognitive decline, and increase the risk of neurodegenerative diseases, such as Alzheimer's. The primary issue lies in the way high sugar intake affects the brain. Sugary sodas cause rapid spikes in blood glucose levels, followed by sharp drops, leading to energy instability in brain cells. This cycle results in mental fatigue, reduced concentration, and an increased risk of insulin resistance in the brain, a condition often referred to as type 3 diabetes, which is strongly linked to Alzheimer's disease. Additionally, habitual soda consumption triggers oxidative stress, which damages brain cells and speeds up neurological aging. Excess sugar and chemical additives generate free radicals that attack neurons, reducing the brain's ability to repair itself. Over time, this leads to faster cognitive decline compared to individuals who avoid such beverages. Another alarming factor is the presence of artificial sweeteners in diet and zero-sugar sodas. Many assume these are a healthier alternative, but research suggests that sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose disrupt gut microbiota and interfere with neurotransmitter production. This imbalance can negatively impact mood, increasing the risk of anxiety and depression. Moreover, studies indicate that artificial sweeteners may heighten the risk of strokes and dementia in the long run. If you're serious about protecting your brain health, limiting or eliminating sugary sodas and artificially sweetened beverages is a crucial step toward maintaining long-term cognitive function. 6. White bread and processed sweets, a hidden threat to brain function. White bread and industrially processed sweets are staples in many diets, but few realize the serious risks they pose to brain health. These foods are loaded with refined carbohydrates and simple sugars, which cause sharp spikes in blood sugar levels. Over time, this can contribute to cognitive decline, an increased risk of stroke, and the onset of neurodegenerative diseases. One of the biggest concerns with white bread and processed sweets is their lack of fiber and essential nutrients. When consumed, the body rapidly absorbs the sugars, causing a sudden rise in blood glucose levels. To counteract this, the pancreas releases large amounts of insulin, but frequent fluctuations in blood sugar can lead to insulin resistance, a condition that impairs brain function and increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Additionally, chronic inflammation caused by refined carbohydrates affects not only the body, but also the brain. This inflammatory state has been linked to memory loss, concentration difficulties, and an elevated risk of dementia. Studies show that individuals with high sugar consumption tend to have smaller brain volume and weaker neural connections, which directly impact cognitive abilities and decision-making skills. To safeguard your brain health, reducing the intake of white bread and processed sweets is essential. Instead, opt for healthier alternatives such as whole grain breads, fresh fruits, and nuts, which provide fiber, antioxidants, and essential nutrients that support brain function. Coming up, why donuts and processed cakes could be sabotaging your memory. 5. Donuts and processed cakes, a silent danger to brain health. Donuts and industrially produced cakes may be irresistibly delicious, but they pose a serious threat to brain function. Their high content of refined sugar, trans fats, and artificial additives makes them some of the worst foods for blood circulation and cognitive health. When consumed frequently, these sweet treats increase the risk of brain inflammation, insulin resistance, and long-term memory problems. One of the biggest issues with these foods is their excessive sugar content. A single donut or slice of processed cake can contain up to 4 times the recommended daily sugar intake. This leads to rapid glucose spikes, forcing the body to produce large amounts of insulin to balance blood sugar levels. However, these fluctuations also impact brain function, promoting inflammation in neurons and increasing the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Another major concern is the presence of trans fats, which are commonly used to enhance texture and extend shelf life. These artificial fats raise bad cholesterol, LDL, while lowering good cholesterol, HDL, leading to fat accumulation in blood vessels. This narrows arteries and restricts oxygen flow to the brain, increasing the risk of memory loss, difficulty concentrating, and cognitive decline. Studies indicate that diets rich in trans fats negatively affect learning ability and accelerate brain aging. Furthermore, artificial preservatives and food colorings found in donuts and processed cakes can be neurotoxic. Frequent consumption of highly processed foods has been linked to oxidative stress, which can lead to toxin buildup in the brain. This not only speeds up brain aging but also reduces neurotransmitter production, making individuals more vulnerable to anxiety, depression, and neurodegenerative diseases. But does this mean you should eliminate sweets entirely? Not necessarily. A healthier alternative is to make homemade cakes using whole grain flours, natural sweeteners like honey or dates, and healthy fats such as olive oil or coconut oil. This way, you can still enjoy sweet treats without harming your brain health. 4. The hidden dangers of excess salt in your diet. Many people are aware of the harmful effects of excessive sugar consumption, but far fewer discuss the serious risks associated with too much salt. Foods like turkey breast, salami, ham, and other processed meats may seem like quick and convenient meal options, but they hide a silent danger: an overload of sodium that can seriously impact brain health. One of the most immediate dangers of consuming too much salt is high blood pressure. Excess sodium in the body causes fluid retention, leading to increased blood pressure and forcing the heart to work harder. Over time, this strain damages blood vessels and reduces oxygen flow to the brain, significantly raising the risk of stroke and cognitive decline. However, the negative effects don't stop there. Studies show that diets high in salt can lead to brain shrinkage, a process that naturally occurs with age but is accelerated by poor dietary habits. This shrinkage particularly affects regions of the brain responsible for memory and learning, increasing the likelihood of dementia and early cognitive decline. Additionally, high sodium intake disrupts neuron communication. The brain relies on a balanced level of electrolytes, such as sodium and potassium, to transmit nerve signals effectively. When salt intake is excessive and potassium intake is low, these signals become disrupted, leading to mental confusion, difficulty concentrating, and memory lapses. The good news is that reducing salt consumption can have immediate and lasting benefits. Opting for fresh, unprocessed proteins like chicken and fish, and using natural herbs and spices instead of salt for seasoning can significantly improve brain function and cardiovascular health. 2. Fast food, a cocktail of harmful substances for the brain. Fast food is synonymous with convenience and indulgent flavors, but beneath its tempting appeal lies one of the biggest threats to brain health. Popular choices like burgers, fried chicken, and nuggets are loaded with trans fats, excessive sodium, chemical additives, and hidden sugars, creating a toxic mix that can accelerate cognitive decline and increase the risk of serious neurological disorders. Why fast food is so harmful to the brain. 1. Trans fats, the silent brain killer. Trans fats are artificially created fats used to enhance texture and extend shelf life, but their impact on the body is devastating. These fats trigger chronic inflammation, damage blood vessels, and increase the risk of artery blockages, leading to poor circulation to the brain. This reduced oxygen supply can cause memory loss, increased risk of strokes, and slower cognitive processing. 2. Excessive sodium, a hidden cause of brain shrinkage. Fast food meals are notoriously high in sodium, which overloads the cardiovascular system and contributes to high blood pressure. Studies have shown that excess salt intake can lead to cerebral shrinkage, a condition linked to memory impairment, learning difficulties, and early dementia. 3. Hidden sugars, fueling the development of type 3 diabetes. Many fast food items contain added sugars, especially in buns, sauces, and dressings, making them more addictive. However, the rapid spikes in blood glucose followed by crashes disrupt brain energy stability, increasing the risk of insulin resistance in the brain, a condition often referred to as type 3 diabetes, which has been strongly associated with Alzheimer's disease. 4. Chemical additives, the toxic ingredients you didn't know about. Many fast food products contain preservatives, artificial flavors, and monosodium glutamate, MSG, which have been linked to neurotransmitter imbalances, increased anxiety and mood swings, sleep disturbances and impaired concentration, and long-term cognitive decline. The best way to protect your brain is to reduce fast food consumption and opt for fresh, home-cooked meals using natural ingredients. If convenience is a concern, consider meal prepping healthier alternatives, such as grilled proteins, fresh vegetables, and whole grains. Coming up next, the surprising fruit that, in excess, can increase the risk of stroke. 1. Raisins, a hidden risk to brain health. Raisins are often regarded as a healthier alternative to processed sweets, but their high sugar concentration can pose an unexpected risk to brain health. While fruits are an essential part of a balanced diet, the way they are consumed matters significantly. In the case of raisins, their high fructose content can negatively affect blood circulation and brain function if consumed excessively. Why raisins can be harmful in excess. 1. High glycemic index, a sugar overload in a small package. During the dehydration process, fruits lose water but retain their natural sugars, making raisins far more concentrated in sugar than fresh grapes. As a result, consuming a small portion of raisins delivers a much higher dose of sugar, leading to sharp blood sugar spikes, increased risk of insulin resistance, and higher likelihood of developing type 3 diabetes, linked to Alzheimer's disease. 2. Inflammation and cognitive decline. Excess sugar in the bloodstream can trigger inflammation throughout the body, including the brain. Studies have linked high-sugar diets to lower neural density, memory difficulties, and accelerated cognitive decline. This means that frequent overconsumption of dried fruits can be just as harmful to brain function as consuming highly processed sweets. 3. Sulfites, a hidden danger in preserved raisins. Many commercial raisins contain sulfites, preservatives used to maintain color and extend shelf life. However, some individuals are sensitive to sulfites, experiencing headaches and fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and increased inflammation that may affect brain function. Long-term exposure to sulfites has also been linked to neurological imbalances and greater susceptibility to cognitive disorders. Should you stop eating raisins? Not necessarily. The key is moderation and smart pairing. Limit portion sizes. Enjoy raisins in small amounts rather than consuming large quantities at once. Pair them wisely. Combine raisins with fiber and protein sources, such as nuts or seeds, to slow sugar absorption and reduce glycemic impact. Choose fresh fruits whenever possible. Fresh fruits provide more nutrients without the excessive sugar concentration found in dried versions. Want to keep learning how to protect your brain and overall health? Subscribe to the channel now, and don't miss the next video where I reveal the 6 foods to prevent leg cramps, stronger, healthier muscles. Click on the screen to check it out. See you in the next video.